edition, of course, is the bell ringing. The Salvation Army. It's the annual campaign raising funds to help out the homeless and needy, and you're going to be out and about.
Yes, we've done this now. Gosh, it's got to be 6, 7, 8 years in a row. Helping out. It's part of our outreach program. Once again, adding to a community, strengthening the sense of community by getting our people all throughout the organization involved with the Salvation Army and the bell ringing. And it's well received when we're out there. This Saturday we'll be at Bayshore Mall at the main entrance. I'll be there at about 11 a.m. And then throughout, we take a whole 8-hour block.
Yeah.
And different people from my organization come. And, I've convinced them finally that if everybody, the more we get to participate, then you only have to do a little bit, an hour, 2 hours, whatever. You can pick as long as you want to stay there. But previously, when we first got this started, and you have to kind of promote it throughout the organization. We didn't have as many volunteers, and so we were standing out there 2, 3, 4 hours, and it gets cold. But it's a neat cause. Salvation Army, they're an icon, in the United States, and not just at Christmas time. But this is their big fundraising event of the year, and that's what's so important for people all throughout this community, even individually, to volunteer. I don't know what their website is, but they're always in need of volunteers to do the bell ringing. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's gotten, unfortunately, to the point where now they have to pay people to encourage people to come out and ring the bell. And I don't know, as far as I'm concerned, if you're getting paid, it's no longer charity.
No.
So, but that's, an individual thing that people have to find it in their heart to help the Salvation Army out. And it's a fun thing. Like I said, the people that come into the mall, in and out of the mall, they see us, and we're all in uniform, and they look and wow, this is a neat thing that you guys are doing. It says a lot about you, and this is what they're saying to us, and it does. It really does, because I've always approached life in that it's a two-way street. It can't just be take. At some point, you have to give, and I've almost forced this organization to look outside of ourselves once in a while and understand that the role isn't just to provide a public safety resource, although that's important. But some of the things that we have to do are not real pleasant in terms of public safety. And so when we get the opportunity, we need to step outside of ourselves, see outside of ourselves, and give back and help rebuild communities. And when people see that, you know what it does? It strengthens our brand. They see us as not just one-dimensional, not just jacking people up, writing tickets, arresting people. It's also getting involved in these community-type events, this partnering. And we're going to continue to do this. So, again, Saturday, but anybody who wants to volunteer, I'm going to help Salvation Army out in terms of recruiting here. Go to their website. Just give an hour, give a half hour. They'll appreciate it. They really will.
SalvationArmy.org is the website. And and I told you off the air that I've seen quite a few, the Kettles, the red Kettles all over the community, local grocery stores. And some are unmanned, and it says, volunteers needed. And it's kind of sad. And we were talking about that. You do need somebody there to help, actually ring the bell.
Right. You have to draw attention to it. And I'll tell you, there are people who, when we're standing out there, would probably walk right by. They even say, I was just going to walk right, but now I see you guys out here, and because you guys are standing out here and doing this, it's worth it to me, and they'll dig in their pockets. I've had people come out, leaving the mall, didn't go in that entrance, but come out and don't have any real change. They'll go to their car, they'll come back, they'll walk back and say, hey, I wanted to do this, I didn't have any change with me, or I didn't have any real cash with me, just had credit card, and I wanted to come back, and I'll actually make a special trip to come back and put money in that kettle. One year we had an armored car that was pulling up to make a delivery or a pickup of money from one of the stores in the mall, and they parked right out front where we were, and we were telling people that we were raising so much money that Salvation Army had to call in an armored car to make a special delivery, to empty the bucket. But we fill them up pretty good.
Yeah, that's great. And, there was just last week or so, there was some farm offered a Shetland pony to go out there and bell ring. I was thinking maybe you should bring a couple of your horses, have them out there. You should talk. We'll call Bayshore. You think they'll allow that? Because you got me to clean up because you hired me to be the official cleaner upper.
I think if I
got my
tell them that,
shovel.
I think it's probably a done deal. That probably seals it. They say, if you got someone to clean up after that horse,
Gregory John has been cleaning up after all these years.
you can wear your wolf jacket or sweatshirt, and then you can get some
We'll be set.
publicity for the station as well.
Yeah, we'll be set. All right, so it's Saturday at Bayshore Mall.
Saturday, Bayshore Mall. I'll be there 11, but we'll be there all day. There'll be somebody from the sheriff's office in uniform and come by, not just for me, but I do my part. It's important for me to put my money where my mouth is, and I'll be out there.